Welcome to this Shortwave radio channel, and this is a quick tips and tricks for QSL card collections or collecting. And what is a QSL card, first of all? Well, QSL cards are kind of like, you can say a postcard if you want, but with a very interesting detail on it is that it is a proof of reception of a certain station around the world. Many stations, actually the majority of stations, still QSL. And that means you can actually start collecting QSL cards from stations around the world. But how do you do that, actually? Well, of course, you will need to abide by certain rules. The first one is, what frequency did you tune to? They want to know. So what is the frequency that you actually tuned the station? And give details of listening conditions. How good was the signal? And was there some interference? Are they too close to another station? Makes it more difficult to listen to. Stations want to know that because they might actually change the frequency if that frequency seems to be a problem for their target area. Remember that if you're outside target areas, for example, you're tuning in stations that are for Europe in North America, well, that information is not as important to them because their target area is Europe. But if you are in the target area, North America or Europe, and their reception is difficult, let them know. Give them some details. And you know what? Yes, there's the simple code. I personally don't like the fact that people use it that much because a lot of stations today are not really sure of what it means. So, you know what? Just put down the reception conditions in your own words. Interference from a local station that was 5 kilohertz higher, or some kind of interference, or some kind of, whatever makes it difficult. Let them know. After the frequency and the details on the conditions, you will want to tell them what time in UTC format. Don't put down local time. Everything on shortwave is in universal time coordinated. So you got to know your reference. What time is it in UTC at your location? This is important. Remember that at 0 UT, the date changes. So one of the mistakes that some people do sometimes is, for example, today is August 28th, and they go to 0 UTC and forget that 0 UTC is August 29th, even though you at your own location might still be in August 28th. So it's very important to remember that, because UTC format changes the date also. So what time in UTC you listen to? What was the date of the reception? So today, for example, if I would do a reception report, August the 28th, 2019. Minimum of 15 minutes of listening details. And, don't be cheap on this. Don't just do 15 minutes because it's all you want to do and get that QSL as fast as you can. Why not give them detail of the whole 30-minute show or hour show that they have? So details are, of course, name of the station, announcer names, if you can pick them up. Sometimes it's difficult because in foreign languages it's not always easy to actually pick up names. Program details of all sorts, the music they played, the subjects, some details within, say you're listening to the newscast. Well, some of the specific news items that they talked about in the newscast, for example. Anything that actually will let them know, that will prove that you did listen to them. Comments and suggestions. That's not part of reception report necessarily, but you know what? It will probably help you get a QSL if you do take the time to tell them, what you like, what you didn't like, or suggestions on things that might improve the content. This is something they want to know. They want to know, do you like what you listened to? Did you hate the program? They're gonna, they take that in consideration and might change program depending on what people say. Be honest. Be honest in what you say, what you like and don't like, and take the time to do it, because if you don't, you look like a QSL hog, which is not something that's necessarily nice. And remember that they don't have to respond to you. It's not something they have to do. And finally, don't forget to include your full home postal address. I don't know how many times I've heard in mail shows, all sorts of listener letter shows, that the announcer talks about a guy or a girl that sent a reception report, but says, well, we don't have your return address to send the QSL card to. You need to include your full home postal address. Some eQSLs, so some of you will get QSLs by email, but many stations still send by regular snail mail, and it's always fun to have QSL cards in the mailbox. So just remember that you need to include your postal address. Is it better to send through email or postal mail? Well, I think both work really well in general, but some stations have the habit of doing a very specific thing, and more stations actually do this. A lot of them, if you send by email, will send you an eQSL, but if you took the time to send by postal mail, with a stamp in an envelope, they often will respond back through postal mail also. So it's kind of a courtesy that they're doing here. So that's pretty much what the basics of QSLing are. And after that, you can create your own nice little QSL album and enjoy all of those nice QSLs. Like I have here, some really nice QSL albums from way back in the good old days. More details and more tips and tricks on QSLing also are going to be posted today in another video. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.